What if your mom didn't die from cancer, but from something someone cooked for her? Because that's what I found out. When I opened that letter in the bank vault, it felt like time stopped. Air felt heavier. My heart was pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. Mom's handwriting, careful, slanted, filled every page. But her words tore my world apart. Emily, your father and Cassandra were together long before I got sick. I didn't believe it at first. My dad, the man who cried at Mom's funeral until he could barely stand, but the next pages were full of proof. Receipts from hotels, photos, text messages. She's taking Emily to her mother's this weekend. Come over. Can you imagine when we don't have to hide anymore? Sometimes I wish she would just disappear. That last one was from Dad. 4 months before Mom got sick. There were hundreds of documents, dinners, jewelry, apartment leases, all while Mom was fighting to keep our family together. But then came the medical reports. She'd been suspicious. She'd kept her own records. Every time Dad made her dinner, she'd feel worse. Every blood test showed the same strange pattern. Heavy metals, building up slowly. Mom's note said, I can't prove anything, but I started feeling wrong after our anniversary dinner. If you're reading this, I couldn't stop it, but I could protect you. Protect me from him. And she did. She created a second secret trust. One Dad didn't even know existed. The business, the house, everything was mine when I turned 18. She changed her will 2 weeks before she died. She even left instructions for the people who would help me if I ever found out the truth. I sat in that private vault for hours, crying, shaking, reading that letter over and over until I couldn't feel my face. When I walked out, something inside me was gone. The little girl who used to believe in happy endings, she didn't make it out of that room. Cold, deliberate tone. That night, I didn't confront my dad. I didn't scream. I didn't run away. I made a promise, softly, deadly calm. If they thought I was the perfect daughter, I would become her, the one they'd never see coming. I'd smiled when they lied, laugh when they bragged, and while they slept, I'd take everything back. For months, I studied every account, every transaction. Every time Dad mentioned a new client, I traced the name and found another shell company. I started making my own files, my own evidence, hidden cameras, voice recordings, passwords. I became my mother's daughter again, not in grief, but in strategy. And then, one night, I found an envelope in Mom's documents. Inside were 3 cards, a forensic accountant, a lawyer who specialized in financial crimes, and a retired judge, Mom's father's best friend. When I called them, they didn't even sound surprised. We've been waiting for this call, the judge said. We met the next week. They already knew about the trust, about Dad's corruption. When I showed them the medical reports, the room went silent. The lawyer whispered, oh my God. The accountant just closed his eyes. And the judge, he looked at me like he'd seen a ghost. What do you want to do, Emily? He asked. I looked him in the eye and said, I want to learn everything about the business, the money, the law, because one day I'm taking it all back. The judge nodded. Your mother said you'd say that. She'd planned for this, even this. From that day on, I lived 2 lives. At home, I was Cassandra's picture-perfect stepdaughter. Polite, successful, obedient. But when the sun went down, I was something else. The accountant taught me to trace hidden money. The lawyer trained me in contracts and corporate law. The judge introduced me to people who hated what my father had become. And slowly, piece by piece, I built my own empire in the shadows. Every smile at dinner, every compliment I gave Cassandra, every I love you, Dad, was just another thread in the trap I was weaving. And the day I graduated early, the day they called me their perfect daughter in front of all their friends, I already knew exactly how I was going to destroy them. And it all began with a Mother's Day gift. To be continued. Part 3, the truth about the day.